Girls and Boys by Blur is an absolute highlight of the Britpop era. I've done a top 10 Britpop riffs and songs video that's on YouTube already. You can check it out up here. But let's have a look at this song, which basically uses the chords G major, C major, F, and E flat. It has the disco octave riff actually on a synthesizer. This part. Which in another song might be played on the bass, but the bass guitar is actually doing something really cool with an octave. Really cool bass part, but this iconic guitar part by Graham Coxon is super creative and really transforms this song to be super unique. I don't know another song that plays a riff in a similar fashion to this. Check this out. It does use an octave from the G root note to the octave of that G on string 4, but then also plays the major third. I think Graham does this as an up strum, and then as a flick off to the minor third. Which is really fiddly to play. It then plays the same riff but starting with a C root note at the 3rd fret, played by the 1st finger. It then plays an F chord, just with down and up strumming, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But that has a flanger effect on it with a very slow rate, which sounds like this. And then we have an E flat triad, which I would play with a flattened 1st finger, middle finger making that triangular kind of D chord shape, 3rd finger on the major 3rd of this chord, this E flat chord, which is on string 4, fret 5, and then goes to the open string. Strings 6 and 5 don't ring out, mute them with the thumb. That is down with the 3rd finger down, up, up, and just repeat that. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Then same shape as the F chord, but we move it to F sharp, F, and repeat. Really slow playthrough. Now, the more I play this riff, the more I learn, because there's something that I have to always adjust just to keep getting it sounding a little bit better, a little bit closer to the original recording. Of course, a Telecaster guitar is going to do this far better than a Strat, but this has more of that Fender twang than my T-style Vola Vasti does. It sounded better on the Fender. I'm again using my Boss Katana because I'm just digging this brown sound at the moment. It's doing exactly what I want from a kind of crunch amplifier. The first 2 notes are always palm muted. So we need to get that chugging sound outside of the palm of the wrist, just of the hand, just here. And then it's an up strum to make sure that string 3 is louder than string 4. And then a good strong flick off. Now some people may prefer to do this. I prefer, especially when I was practicing this stud up, which I've been doing it quite a bit, I prefer doing the thumb on top, having the thumb on top, and then switching to a bar, which is holding down strings 3, 4, and 5 when we go to that C chord. F chord's nice and straightforward, but I need to do a full strum of totally open strings to be able to make this change to this D-shape E flat chord. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. You hearing those open strings every time I change chord, even coming from this. Really hard to get there. But that's the riff. Jam along with me, man. It's cool. Let's do it a little slow, but let's have a go at doing this 4 times, starting from the F sharp to F, which is how the guitar actually comes in the song, midway through verse 1. So join in with me in 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The solo starts up at the 15th fret, played with the first finger, which is a G note. First chord's a G. It then plays the 16th fret and then 18th fret with the middle finger and then the ring finger as hammer-ons, I believe. And the third finger needs pretty wild vibrato. And with a bit of overdrive, that sounds like this. Then it just goes back to the first finger, back to the G, and we need to do vibrato with the inside of that first finger, kind of using this technique. Again, vibrato always done by moving the wrist, kind of like you're a surfer and you're going wah-hi. Finally, we have, which is the same move as the first one, but the third finger hammers on string 2. And we finish with the same one as the first one. And if we set up a loop with my Boss loop station, that's now my looper pedal. That's how to play Girls and Boys by Blur. Check out these other Blur song tutorials on screen now, including a playthrough and tutorial of song 2, but where we end up playing along to My Old Band. So you can play along with me and kind of jam along with the live drums and all that. Check that out, it's just here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.